Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here. And I just got back from work for the day. And so, in this movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on the stop animated movie that came out in 2009. And of course, it's also a stop animated movie that I've been meaning to watch for many years. And I finally watched it on HBO Max recently, back when April began. And today's stop animated movie review is going to be on Coraline. Yeah, that's right. Coraline, directed by Henry Selick. So Coraline is about a girl named Coraline, of course. Like, you know, so some of the characters mistake her as Caroline, but it's actually Coraline. So while exploring her new home, Coraline discovers a secret door behind which lies an alternate world that closely mirrors her own, but in many ways is better. She rejoices in her discovery until the other mother, and the rest of her Perel family tried to keep her there forever. Coraline must use all her resources and bravery to make it back to her own family and life. And there you go. And so, and Coraline stars the voices of Dakota Fanning as Coraline Jones, as well as Jennifer Saunders, Terry Hatcher, Ian McShane, Keith David, and Dawn French. And of course, the movie's directed by Henry Selick, who also worked on James and the Giant Peach, and Wendell and Wild, and of course, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, because this movie kind of almost feels like a Tim Burton movie, even though I think Tim Burton actually had no involvement working on this movie. Even if he did, then this movie kind of does feel like a Tim Burton stop animated film bed, you know, because considering that Henry Selick and Tim Burton worked on The Nightmare Before Christmas, and that's what it kind of almost feels like, because I think, and of course, this movie Coraline was also the very first movie released by Laika. Laika is actually like a stop animated company that Focus Features owns, and I gotta say, this movie was terrific. This movie was fantastic, and it was also amazing too. And I gotta say, when you think about stop animated films, I usually think of stop animated films when they're most of them are pretty much like underrated and underappreciated. And I gotta say, Coraline actually does deserve more appreciation, because this movie was actually very amazing. And of course, the movie does get creepy at most parts, but of course in like a fun way, since it's technically almost like a stop motion animated dark fantasy horror film. Well, it's kind of not really like a flat out horror slasher movie of some sort. And because since this movie's pretty much, you know, like a stop animated film, and I gotta say, the way the stop animation works, I think the stop animators actually did a great job, like taking the screenshots of the characters' movements, considering that, you know, stop animation usually takes they usually take a long time to make a stop animated film. And even this movie is also colorful looking, in a dark kind of way. And even the voice acting itself, the voice acting performances were well done. I gotta say, Dakota Fanning actually does a great job playing Coraline Jones in the film. Coraline Jones, you know, Dakota Fanning did great doing her voice. Jennifer Saunders was good as well, along with Terry Hatcher as, like, you know, she basically plays like Coraline's mom, and of course the other mother. And by other mother, I would say like you know, between the other family members, like how they have buttons for eyes, and like, you know, because like it's like that's pretty much, you know, like the other family members, like how they got buttons for eyes. Yeah. Keith David was also in the film too. He actually plays a cat in this movie, and Keith David actually did the voice of the cat. And Ian McShane, I thought he did good. And I gotta say, Henry Selick actually does a good job directing this film. And I gotta say, this is actually one of his best films that he worked on. I will say, Nightmare Before Christmas and Coraline, I will say those two are his best films for me. Yeah, Wendell and Wild was also great as well. Yeah, very good. And yeah, because even like the tone and like the music score, even the music score and the sound design, it's actually like it's actually very, very nice. And it's like the editors and all that stuff, like the editing is well done. And yeah, because like I gotta say, like when I first heard about this movie, I've been hearing like a lot of people really adore this movie, considering that this is actually one of those underrated stop animated films from Laika, and this is actually one of the two Laika films I actually watched. I might check out some of their other films, but I have watched the Box Trolls on Netflix. I have seen the Box Trolls recently, and Box Trolls is very underrated, of course, and I'll get to that review later. But yeah, so yeah, because everything about Coraline is just fantastic, beautiful, and amazing, and yeah, and I gotta say, Coraline actually does deserve a little more appreciation. And this movie is also a good movie to watch during the Halloween season as well. So overall, Coraline was a fantastic animated movie, and I'm gonna give Coraline 5 out of 5 stars. If you haven't seen Coraline yet, then you gotta check this movie out. It's very fantastic. Yeah. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for my movie review on Coraline, and that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.